It's been amazing, exhausting, and terrifying.
Very important.
But in all, I've enjoyed it so far. It's been amazing.
So being a mother is kind of a gift. It's very rewarding. It's just so demanding. Like she said, like you don't know how much strength you have until you are put on with that. Like you have to put on that responsibility of motherhood, and then you begin to wonder, so I can do this and I can do that. You just become a mini superhero.
You just find that strength.
So it's been, we are getting on. It's very, sometimes they're just the reason why you can get by the day. Sometimes they're the reason you wake up and go out, because you don't even, every other thing does not make sense. Sometimes it's just overwhelming, especially, I think especially because in our own culture, the way we raise a family is a collective efforts, but where we find ourselves in is like everybody's on their own. You just have to figure out a way to raise baby. So it's more demanding, it's more stressful, it's a journey I'm grateful for.
Well, for me, it hasn't been easy, but I've been getting through it. You have to find how to put everything in order, like how to take care of her, and at the same time you need to think about your profession. So it hasn't been easy, but I'm doing it. I have the strength. I haven't really had time for myself. I don't have time for myself again. It's not as if I don't have a life of my own. So it's all about my daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything is just about her right now. So
she's just on autopilot in her head.
Yeah. So it has affected it.
Because I've had to change jobs because I needed more flexibility, but I'm still carrying on. But I had to like change, not career, but like jobs from certain hours to different hours to accommodate childcare. And then I think there are also some career pathways that not that I wouldn't want to take, but for now, you just
Because
have
of
to
them, yeah.
pause. You just have to, not that you won't develop, but there is a particular pathway that before you think of that next interview, think of that next option, you sit back and check, how old are they? Are they up to school age? What's their own routine first? Because you have to plan your own routine around theirs. So yes, I wouldn't say, at least we are still working. We are grateful for that, but it's not easy. It's affected. It's the major thing is just that you have to think of them first.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's not like you don't know what you want to do, you don't know what you want to chase, you don't know your passion. No.
But it's just that
you now have a different priority. That's just how I see it. Like, to be sincere, there's some kind of job duties that can come my way now, and I would say no, not because I can't do them, but because I know that I won't be able to balance it with childcare. So yeah, there's no strategy to motherhood. Motherhood is different for everybody. Different things work for different people. I might tell you my strategy and you try it and you crash. I don't even know what the strategy is really. I can't say, oh, this is the magic one, or no. I think I'm grateful to have a supportive partner. So it's not like you shall buy me ice cream after all this. So I'm grateful to have a supportive partner. And right now, as we are shooting this video, you'll be wondering, where are the kids? My mom is around, so grandma is around, so that's even why I can even be shooting this video. So that's a plus. for now. But without that, before she came into play, is just about knowing. I know my limits. I know that I'm not a physical person. Like, my strength is mental, more mental than physical. There are people that their strengths are more physical than mental. So what I just did is that I had to sit back and ask myself, what are my strengths and my weaknesses? What are the things I can do? There are people that naturally, not that they can't cook, they don't just want to be in the kitchen. Somebody like me, I'd rather be in the kitchen from morning till evening and just don't send me any other housework. So I had to figure out, what are my strengths? How can I? So things like, I make food in bulk. Luckily for me, like, there's lights. I stock the fridge, so I don't have to consistently make fresh food every day. You still make food for the baby, but at least there's food in the house, so you don't always run into that stress when you come back from work. You know that you just need to heat up food to an extent, and everyone will eat, even if you need to like make a side fresh, but at least that's one thing I know that can work for everybody. But like I say, what if you're in a place that you don't have steady power supply?
Yeah.
So different things will work for different people. So I just know my strengths. I listen to my body. There are some days I wake up and I'm energetic. I try to get most things done in those days. And if I wake up and I'm not in for it that day, I just rest it out and just go with my strengths. Another very important thing that is very hard for us to do, especially in our culture, is to accept help. But recently, I'm beginning to learn it in motherhood. So if my husband offers, do you want me? Yes, please. Do you want help with this? Yes, please. If I really do want help, yes, please. You know, when I was really overwhelmed and I was looking for who help out with baby, I didn't want to call my mom because I was like, oh, I don't want to disturb anybody. But she offered to help. I didn't take the offer the first time. I didn't take it the second time. The third time, I had to talk to myself and like, she's offering. You're not disturbing her, so just accept the help. So, and it's just a journey. I don't have any prescription. I know sometimes I don't even know what they do. I just it's just, you just find yourself.
Yes, do it. For me, I just do the best I can, and if it's overwhelming, I take a break, because honestly, I can't do everything at the same time. It won't work. So I just try to do as much as I can, and I ask for help. Well, everyone isn't the same, so you just have to be like it's easy on them. But as for me, she's a bit fast from her teething, crawling, and everything. She's okay, but you just have to take everything easy. So that's just it.
Exactly, because sometimes it can be very overwhelming. You start expecting, oh, they are not doing this, they're not doing that. But every child there are general milestones for children to meet, but those milestones are usually within range of months. And like, there is no milestone that is for age month 6. It's usually either 6 to 9 months, 6 to 12 months, 12 to 18 months, 18 to 24 months. So most times you want our children to be the 18 months, but there is a range that is to 24. So there is a reasonable age a child will get to. If your child is not walking by 2, then I will understand why you're beating yourself up. But if your child is just 9 months, 10 months, 11 months, even 12 months, and they are not looking like they're having any physical defects or anything, just that they are not meeting up to your own speed, you shouldn't, because children, there are things that your child will do early. Another person's child will be working but not doing those things. Like, I have someone that's the child worked before Kaima, but Chikema started teething at 4 months. He had full teeth by when he was like doing his first birthday, but the other one that was already working did not even have one teeth. So will we not say that any of them had any challenge? You just have to understand that different babies, even you might have the first baby and this is their own milestone, the second baby would take a different turn. So don't even use your first child to, to measure the second one. Just every child you only start getting worried when the general acceptable milestone for children is not being met. Like I said, your baby is like 2 years and not yet walking or making any attempt to walk. That's when you should be worried, not at 9 months or 10 months or 11 months, things like that. So don't overbeat yourself, because at the end of the day, you end up stressing yourself out. And most times when we pressure them, they get scared to even attempt what we want them to attempt. And that thing too is, especially in our kind of environment, taking children out to see their fellow children can stimulate them to develop better. So if you have the time and you have the means, once in a while, let your child meet other children and just let them be children. Get worried only when you have to.
I try to cry it out at times.
Sometimes you just have a good cry. Yeah.
I just cry it out. Let everything out there. So that if it's overwhelming, I try to cry everything out, or I just go on my phone, go online and
laugh it out.
So that's it.
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't know who is measuring how sane people are and what the measure is really, because we all have breaking points. So I'm a woman, luckily. So one thing we do very well is to cry.
To cry,
it really helps us to stabilize emotionally. Most times our husband might think, they might feel bad that we are crying, or think it's unnecessary, think we are making them feel bad.
They'll not understand.
That's why, that's how we mentally stabilize ourselves, especially if you're so overwhelmed. I'll just have a good cry. If I finish crying, I can pour it on myself.
And I'll feel better.
Yeah. Something I'm not very good at that I'm trying to learn is trying to build a support network. But again, the environment we are in, it's not that you don't want support network. Everybody has different schedules and like, for example, we don't stay up to 1 hour apart from each other, but I don't know, I think the last time we saw ourselves was is it February?
February, Kara's birthday.
This is May. So it's not like we don't want to meet up, but the day she's available, I'm at work, the day as in, it's just like that. So we just have to figure a way out. Sometimes cry it out. Sometimes laugh it out, take deep breaths. Just know that you're doing enough. Sometimes I just call my mommy and rant. I'll just be talking. She'll be like, okay, what next? I'll talk. She'll be like, after that one, what's next? I will talk. After that one, I will talk. I'll keep talking. I was expecting her to, she'll be asking me what next, as if I'm waiting to hear the problem. So sometimes I just talk to her and she'll be like, okay, at least I had 4, she will talk to me. I'll be like, oh, okay, it's not a big problem. Because most times, so for example, you want your house to be clean, you want everything to stay the way you kept it, you want your husband to arrange everything properly, you still want the child not to scatter the toys everywhere. Now you have to cook, and now you've gone for long day shifts, you're now coming back. Sometimes you cannot even process. You can't process, so it's not like it's not difficult. I keep saying this, our environment makes it a bit more strenuous, but I don't know, we're just getting by. How we are saying is by God.
It's by God's
grace. We pray, we cry, we laugh, we have our husbands, we cry on them, shouts, not shouts, but rants and vents. Hey, that's the word, vents.
Transfer of aggression.
Vents. Sometimes I just say, please, do you have 30 minutes? I need to vent. Sometimes I don't say it like that. I just be like, "Babe, can you come back now?" I'm like, "No, I'm at work." I'm like, "Okay, wait." I'll be like, "Okay, you don't need to come back. I've already talked everything." So I don't know. We just somehow that we are staying sane somehow. 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 Now I want to talk about this because I mean as immigrants, we legally migrated to this country. We are working. Both of us, we are working. We are taxpayers. We pay our NI, but then you see this restriction that says you're not entitled to public funds. I don't mind. We can work. We can take care of ourselves. It's their country. But I don't think it's fair that part of what is regarded as public funds is childcare, because at least I'm working. I mean, your citizens, most of them are not working.
Yeah.
And they get free childcare for
childcare.
their children. They are home, but they get free childcare for that. So at least it should be considered that if your working population, these are the people that are doing the work for the economy. These are the people, most of England's workforce are mostly external. I would not say percentage because I don't have data to back that as a fact, but to an extent, there is a very huge number of immigrants that legally reside in the UK that are working, and then we are not entitled to childcare until 5 whole years, but we work every day. I mean, what I would say to him to do differently is, I don't think that childcare is public funds. I mean, what is public funds? Public funds is taxpayers' money. I'm paying my tax. The amount of tax I've paid in this country from the day I came in, it's just fair enough that my child should have access at least to some hours a week if I'm working, even if they're going to put that clause of if you're a working parent. There's this new policy starting in September that children that are up to 9 months are going to be getting 15 hours childcare. Lo and behold, we've just been told that we are not eligible. It's really unfair.
It's not
fair. I have kids, I'm paying my tax, I'm working 7.5 hours. Some of us are working 40 hours, some 44 hours. And then you tell us we are not eligible to public funds. And then childcare is included as public funds, but we are working. And then, yes, it's your country, your rules, fair enough. But I'm just saying that I think it's fair enough that working parents, all legally resident working parents in the UK should be getting childcare hours, even if it's not at 7.5, some hours, so that we can then balance it up. And if we are not going to work, we can go to work and know that our children are taken care of. Not, I mean, how much is an average nurse's salary in the UK? If I remove £650 for just 3 days, assume how much will it cost me for 5 days? So to keep my child in nursery for a month, I need more than half of my salary to do that. Not for full 5 days. I need more than half of my salary to do that. We've not eaten, we've not paid our rent, we've not paid our bills, but I'm working every day. So that's what I really want to do. I don't have any other ideas or options, but I would just say that I don't think childcare is public. It should be regarded as public funds. Even if they want to make rules for it, working parents should get child care as long as you're legally resident in the UK. That's what I would say.
Yeah,
I'm sure I'm not the first person saying it, but
it's true. It's true.
At least
it should be fair for everyone.
I mean,
everyone. It's not just as fair for us. You have to try and see how to keep your child, or even if it's an hour or two. It's not just fair. It should be fair for everyone.
At least
every one of us out
at least
there.
those of us that are working, contributing to the economy.
Those of us. I would say that you should do you. Anything you I feel like her instincts is telling you to do all this, that you should actually go with your instincts. So that's it.
Yeah. So I would just say take care of yourself. As weird as this advice will sound, prioritize yourself. It is very, very difficult, sometimes impossible for us to do, but prioritize yourself, because if you're fine, everybody will be fine. But if you ignore yourself and carry every other person on your head, you break down, every other person will not be fine.
Yeah.
So prioritize yourself, then every other person will be fine. If you're spiritually, physically, mentally okay, the house will be fine.